Hey, neighbors! That that almost sounded like a Disney character there. Yeah, I, CL. If you happen to be watching this, I know you were the one who suggested Neighbors or Old Dad's Neighbors. I don't know if that's gonna work. It's fun. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it sticks. But Neighbors is the kind of the term for the group that we are here at Old Dad Studio. So hey, neighbors. Hey, we've reached another milestone on the channel tonight. This vlog right here is vlog number 200. So we've done 200 vlogs in a row. So for those of you who've been hanging out with me, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. I got to tell you, it's not as joyful and as excited as I thought I was going to be. It's been a long day, and I'm right before midnight again, trying to get the vlog out just to make sure I get number 200 out before midnight tonight, so it's kind of a long trog today. And as I was sitting here, I've probably been in my office now half an hour, and I hadn't turned on the camera yet. But what I was doing is I was scrolling through my list. Now I think I may have mentioned this a couple of times on the vlog, but I have this list, and I don't know if you can see this or not. We'll see if it. But I have this really long list of vlog ideas that I want to do, and I've mentioned it a few times on the channel here, and I was going through it tonight before I turned on the camera because I really hadn't done anything for the vlog today. I really hadn't thought about it. I just work was really busy, and then my wife isn't feeling 100% tonight, and so Thor was also sick today, so he was home from his kids program that he goes to in the summertime, so he was home. So I was juggling the kind of the two of them, and then taking care of them and making sure we all had dinner and got everything done and got the house back clean and put together and got everybody tucked away into bed. And then came down here and looking at this list and remembering why I started this YouTube channel, and I've mentioned this before as well. Is I really wanted to have a creative outlet. I wanted to have something that I could do that was creative and fun, and really got my creative juices flowing again, because I just haven't been for years, and I haven't done a lot of that, or I don't get to do a lot of that creative kind of stuff with my job. I get to do a little bit every now and again. I get to have some fun with Excel and formulas and things, which isn't necessarily creative, but it's something that I do enjoy doing, and it's kind of that along that same lines where I'm building something and get to stand back and go, yeah, I did that kind of thing, which is what photography and videography and creating things does for me as well. And so I'm looking at my list here of all of the ideas that I have for Old Dad Studio and the vlogs that I want to do. But none of them on this list really are things that I could do in the 2 hours that I have before midnight when I'm doing a daily vlog. They're all really fun and creative ideas, things that I think would be really cool to do. But I need time to do these. I need a project around doing these, right? And even if some of them I might need help, but some of them I could still do by myself, but it's not something I could just slap together in a day, or at least most of them are not. So things like, I have this one, but this one actually has been on my list for a long, long time, even before I started the channel this last January, because I had this channel a couple of years ago, and then my wife and I and son have a camping channel as well that we haven't posted to in years, but it was out there. But this one, I came up with this years ago, and it was to come up with like a little superhero with my son called T.E.L.F, T.E.L.F, and it's the Elite Laundry Force. So that's what T.E.L.F stands for. And if you follow this channel a lot, laundry is like my nemesis. It's one of those chores that I do, but I don't like doing laundry. Someday when AI has robots and androids are in all of our homes, I won't have to do laundry again. I'll probably be 99 years old if I make it that long, but we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, T.E.L.F is this idea that I have that it's on my list of things to create, And my whole concept around that would be like we have this overwhelming pile of laundry, which we get from time to time in our house because, you don't always do laundry and it kind of piles up. And then one day you realize, hey, I'm out of underwear. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to do some laundry. so, so we have this huge pile of laundry. But my concept around it is that, as I'm going to trudge along and do this laundry, and then we can have some fun with Thor being like the little laundry hero or laundry superhero where he like busts through the pile of laundry and it goes flying, and have some fun with the special effects where like when he busts through all the laundry gets sorted correctly and lands where it needs to go, and he's throwing it into laundry, and into the machine and into the dryer. And I think we could just have a lot of fun with that household chore and kind of make a superhero skit out of it, if you will. And that one's been on my list for a long time, but the time that it would take to make that video, as much as it, and as fun as it would be, it's a project, right? It's not something that I could just go, okay, in 5 minutes we're going to do this and here we go. No, there's coordination that has to happen with that, and I got to have buy-in from my, now 8-year-old son. It was probably 5 when I put this on this list, or 4 even. I don't know if it's been on there that long, but it's those type of things that I really would like to get back to at some point on this channel, where I can spend some time and do something that's much more creative than just coming down 2 hours before midnight and going, oh, I have to create a vlog or I'm going to miss a day, and which is kind of what I've gotten into. That's the habit I've gotten into now, because my days are so busy. I don't have a lot of time during the day to even like if I wanted to sneak in some vlogging during my lunch, I really don't have that much time anymore during my lunch because the current project I'm on is picking up, and then I have family time after work where I'm picking up Thor from school, or we're doing stuff. And so either I prioritize time to make the vlog and push all those other things off to the side, which is mostly family time because I can't push work off to the side, then I'm prioritizing the vlog over that family time to get something creative. And I really don't want to do that either. So at some point, I'm going to have to make a decision on what I'm going to do. Now, I've made it 200 days. I would like to make it at least through the end of this year. So we'll see. Now I've got some travel coming up and some other things too that are it's going to make it messy and get in the way of trying to get a vlog done every single day. But if I could at least film something every day, I think that would be good. Now on my on my travels, we have some vacation coming up. I might be able to find some time during that vacation to do some creative stuff as well, though I'm really going to want to decompress during that time too. So we'll have to see what's going on. But I've got this. I just look at this list of things and the ideas. I mean, I've got so many, and there's so many fun ones like T.E.L.F on here that that I could do. Another series that I have thought of, and I've actually thought about this many times, is in our community. We have quite a few nursing home or elderly assistance type facilities, and it would be really interesting to me to go interview some of those folks, and people I've never met before, right? Have no idea what their background is, but sit down with them and do like some interviews and capture some of their history and their life experience and things from their generation, and do a series on that. I think that would be something to be really cool to do as well. But again, the time to do that is not realistic in my current state. So, but I have tons of ideas like that on this list that I could do if I wanted to do more creative things. And now this channel has kind of evolved to be more around AI, and I don't have Quinn with me tonight, but one of the other ideas that I've got on my list, and I started working on this one as far as some more in-depth concepts and things that I could do, how I could make it work. But I've always been interested in the video generation that's out there now with AI that you can do. And the attempts that I have made were like I recreate myself as an AI, have been semi-successful. But when I look online, the ones that other people are doing, they're there's some very, very realistic AIs out there right now that you would, just scrolling through TikTok or looking at YouTube, you would never know that that was an AI, that it's not a real person. And if I could get to the point where I could write prompts, or even maybe if I used ChatGPT to help me write the prompts, where I could take some old photos of my dad and create new regenerated imagery of him, and then take that and then use it to create motion, right? So you're creating video and say, here's this image of my dad, this is the starting spot, and here's where I want it to end, create the video to do it. And that's, I understand that the folks who are doing those type of videos, that's how they have the most success, is they have the opening frame, which is just a picture, and then they can either describe, or they have the closing frame, which is another picture, to say, here's where we're starting, here's where we're going to create the video to get in between the two. And using that technique, they've had a lot of success doing that. And I think that's one that's on my list that I've gone into more detail, and I've actually started writing some prompts and things to do that. But again, not only is there a lot of time in trying to get something like that done, there's also cost, because the most impressive AI generators right now for video are all ones that you have to subscribe to, and they're not cheap. The one that Google has is like $250 a month to subscribe to, so it is not inexpensive proposition to try to make some of those videos. But anyway, I think the point of this, again, just rant this evening of me, and I apologize, and I know these videos don't do very well. The last two that I've done like this each have like 7 views, so I'm ranting probably just to myself, basically. But the point of what I'm saying is that what's happened from the beginnings of my vlog, where I wanted to be more creative, and it was really inspiring for me in the beginning, that luster has started to tarnish. And it's not necessarily a creative endeavor for me anymore. It has become a daily task, something that I need to get done to check off the box, because I have said that I'm going to create a daily vlog. And so I need to find my way back to it being more creative and really enjoying the process, because that's the process that I wanted to jump into, was to really enjoy making videos and enjoy the creative process that I do enjoy. And so I want to get back to that. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna continue trying to see if we can do a whole year, because I would like to. That's one of those things that I'd like to have that I did a whole year of daily vlogs, right? I think that would be something cool to be able to espouse to, something that I accomplished in my life. I don't know why that. I mean, I could say I did a daily vlog for 200 days. I don't know. Anyway, I want to still make it through the end of the year. So I'm going to continue to try to do these daily vlogs through the end of the year. But I do need to find a way to have something that's more creative. And my thought right now is, if I could manage to do some more creative stuff behind the scenes and release those more creative ones on an interim basis, like, hey, I'm finally done with this creative one that I was working on behind the scenes, even though I've done these talking heads on a daily basis just to get the vlog done on a daily basis. But here's something more creative, and I could, premiere it or something on YouTube. So that's one possibility that I have. Another one is that if I can make it to the end of the year doing the daily vlogs, and then once I've got a year under my belt of doing the daily vlogs, maybe switch it to either weekly or once every other week, and spend the time between those really focusing on being creative and coming up with much more creative vlogs, projects that I really enjoy, and I can really spend some time on in the evenings, and not being under the gun to get a vlog out by midnight on that same day, where I can use that time and continue to roll that work forward until finally that video is ready to release. And so I've got a couple ideas there. We'll see. But as far as the vlog number 200 goes, I think that's going to wrap it up for today. This is July 17th, 2025, and I will see you again tomorrow.